Mommy Messiah here with episode 6 of Mommy Messiah Saves the World. On Purim, a feather duster caused a catastrophe. Strange title, right? But it is a true story that I'm supposed to relay to you today and draw parallels to this feather duster, October 7th, the Holocaust, you name it. The Almighty has instructed me that this is the information you need today. So listen till the end, because this is a wow story that has a lot of meaning. Before I start, I'm going to hold up my book and say to you, well, only a few of you get to watch the video of this podcast, but you share this video. You're allowed to share it, but you need to read Blindsided by Messiah. You need to go on Amazon and purchase this book, because this book is education that you require now in the end of days for us to bring eternal peace. He says we're going to do it. And I can't really know that. I have to see it. I'll explain that in the podcast also, why I can't really know that redemption is really going to happen until it really happens, even though I am 100% sure that it's not only possible, it's Hashem's plan. This is it. He wants redemption now, people. But there's only a small handful of you who are taking Mommy Messiah seriously. And it's putrid. It would make all of you quit a million times over. And I told one of you today that I say to Hashem all the time, I feel like a hamster on one of those wheels going nowhere. He said, oh, that's not true. So I said to Hashem, whenever he says this to me, show me, show me the redemption. But you have to show me, he has to show me, and I'm just going to do my work. And my work today is to explain how this feather duster on Purim, Yom Shishi, caused a catastrophe. The symbolicness of this feather duster is also very important. And if I had a team of rabbis, I actually do have a few of you who are very learned, and you source what I'm saying, and you are blown away what Hashem reveals to me to give to you. So on Yom Shishi, this past Friday, which was Purim, I'm sitting, it was hot in Israel. It got hot. It's cold now. I'm wearing a sweater. It was hot. And I live in the north, and it's really hot in Tiberias, Israel. So I said, I better try out my air conditioner, because I need to have it on Shabbos, or I'm going to roast, and I can't tolerate the heat. You know, old Bubby, many years into menopause, I need air conditioning. So I turned it on, and it started raining soot on me. Oh my Hashem, how am I going to sit here on Shabbos and have soot come out of my air conditioner? Brand new air conditioner, by the way. Brand new, really good. A really good air conditioner. My landlord did me well. They bought me a new air conditioner just a year or two ago. So all the soot is coming at me, and it's getting everything filthy. So I turned it off, and I had cleaned the screens. This sounds boring, but this is very important. So listen up. And I know that a bunch of you will. He said you all will. God bless you. So I'm going to tell you about the air conditioning catastrophe that occurred, because he said, Hashem said, don't worry, Lori, we'll clean it out. And I cleaned the screens, and I said, can you just tell me where the soot is coming from? Because the screens are clean and I don't understand where it's coming from. Is it coming from the roof? What do I do? And I thought about asking my neighbor, and then I thought, oh, it's going to become this whole big fiasco. It's Yom Shishi, Friday. It's right before Shabbos. It's Purim. There's all kinds of parties going on all over my town, all over Israel for Purim, which one of you sent me this amazing video showing a rabbi give the Kabbalistic meaning of Purim. And this year was a very special Purim. It was 3 days long because Shabbos was in the middle, and there was a blood moon and a lunar eclipse, and it never happens. And he was saying, wow, 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 something really big. We can't guarantee it, but we believe something really big is about to happen. Yeah, the Moshiach's showing up. I've been here, but I digress. Anyway, so I'm sitting there. I said, I don't want to ask the neighbor, Hashem, please help me. It's going to be hot on Shabbos. And he said, don't worry, Lori. Go get the feather duster. Double meaning here, by the way. I'll get to it. He said, go get the feather duster. I said, you'll help me find out where it's coming from and we'll fix it? He said, yeah, don't worry. So I get the feather duster and I open the unit and I'm looking around and I don't know. I think I got to turn it on and see where this soot is coming from. And I turned it on and the soot started coming at me. And suddenly, thoughtless, stupid me, I took the feather duster and shoved it in to see where the soot was coming from while it was running. Crash, break, pieces flying out, soot everywhere. Oh my. I looked up the Ivrit for oh my. It's oily. Oily, oy vey. Oh no, Hashem, I'm so stupid. What did I do? Catastrophe. This air conditioner is, I don't know, 6,000 shekel, something, 5,000 shekel. Oh, what if it can't get fixed? Oh my, Hashem, what did I do? I'm so stupid. Oh, why didn't you warn me? And he said, Lori, calm down. Why is this happening? He said, Lori, who told you to go get the feather duster? I said, good point. You did. Why did you do that? No, I didn't say that. Well, actually, I did. Sam. Okay, but you didn't tell me to stick it into the air conditioner when it was running. You know what he said? Lori, I'm in here with you. I did it. What? Ma? Ma is what in Ivri? Ma? What? Yeah, I broke your air conditioner. Okay, but it doesn't matter. It's my fault. I did it. It was in my hand. Okay, fine. You tell me that you did it, but I was looking for the soot. Where's it coming from? I need to fix this. And it was the dumbest thing I could have done. What a stupid thing for me to do. Now I have a broken unit and I've got to tell my landlord I broke the brand new air conditioner. What if it can't be repaired? I have to pay for this. Ay vey. But you know what, Hashem? Baruch Hashem, I could pay for it now. A few years ago, wow, I would have to tell my landlord, you have to raise my rent. I can't afford it. But now, okay, fine. I'll pay for it. It's my mistake. I have to pay for this. I said, but Hashem, why did you do this? This is so aggravating. It's going to be 90-something degrees tomorrow. I'm going to schwitz on Shabbos, on Purim. And you know what he said? No, you won't. It's okay. You have air conditioning in your bedroom. You have a fan. And the way the building is built, you'll be fine. Trust me. Trust you? What did you just do to me? What just happened, Hashem? I know. He said, Lori, we'll talk about it over Shabbos, and you'll understand why I created this whole situation. I said, no kidding. We have a situation going on here. Feather duster. So here it is. This is the reason this podcast on Purim, a feather duster caused a catastrophe, is the name of this episode 6 and what I'm supposed to relay to you. He broke my air conditioner, cost me money, aggravation, to give you a lesson. Are you going to listen to this? He just said, not yet. A few. A handful. God bless you. Good for you. Here it goes. 3 points I'm going to make, and then I'm going to ask you a question in the end. Are you ready? 3 points. First, I'm going to discuss who created this catastrophe. Well, now you know it was Hashem. But why? So I'm going to discuss that. Number 2, how did I handle this whole catastrophe? And how would you handle this catastrophe? How would the world, humanity, handle this catastrophe? Very important. Listen up, people. You need to hear this. It's wow. And number 3, the holy significance of the feather duster. He just brought this up to me today because I said to him, you know, Hashem, feather duster, does this have a meaning? Of course it does. And the rabbis would be thinking, by the time the rabbis are listening, they're going to laugh because they know already if they're listening, and say 10 years from now, 100 years from now, they're going to know. It's very clear what that significance is. Some of you probably have already guessed it. He said yes. And then I'm going to ask you a question, which I'll save for the end. Okay, so who created this catastrophe and why? He created this catastrophe for me to speak to you about how things happen in your life and my life. And I'm talking to Hashem, really. And he's in here. He's doing this right now. I don't know how to convey that to you, but the Goyim that I love, the Christians, know that this is possible. He just said, yes, you do. And this is a monumental conundrum because the rabbis won't listen to me. And even the Christians, most of you, are like peeping Tom voyeurs, you look at my website and you skedaddle because I'm not your guy. So I'm going to explain to you. He's in here. He created this whole catastrophe. He said, Lori, go get the feather duster. I have a plan for you. And that's what you need to know. I don't know what's going on in your personal life. Some of you I do, a little bit. But let me give you an example. You decide to go up on your roof and get on a ladder. Innocent, right? There's something on your roof or there's something up high and you need to go get it. And you go on the ladder and you're not so careful and you fall and you break your hip or your back, God forbid. Oh my God, I am so stupid. Now you're on disability and you can't work. It happens. So you would like to think you would just pray to God, oh, there must be a lesson in this for me. And some of you do that. But what else happens? Why are these catastrophes created? Why did he do this to me? To show you that before, go get the feather duster, sounds to you like, go get the ladder. Okay, I'll go get the ladder. You think it's all you, but he is involved. And he will do incredibly painful things with a feather duster because he must. Why? Why did you fall off the ladder? Why did I break my air conditioner unit that I was petrified up until yesterday was going to cost me 6,000 shekel? And I had to resolve in my mind, okay, this is going to be expensive. If it's not, I got off easy. Next time I won't do such a thing. A lot of lessons. But my lesson was to give you, whoever you are, this lesson. He's involved. He told me to go get the feather duster. He told me that he took my hand and shoved it in the unit and broke my air conditioner deliberately. But now I'll move to number 2. Well, how did I handle this and how would you handle this? How would your spouse handle this if this happened to you? Exactly. October 7th happened. How is the public handling this? How is the government handling this? How is the Tel Avivians handling this? How are Israelis at large handling this? How are Americans handling this? How do you handle a catastrophe? This is a minor little thing, right? Oh, it's just a stupid air conditioning. No. It's everything. This is how Hashem operates. Listen up and learn, please, for you. I already know. I'm living it. He says, I do know. I just checked in because I don't assume I know. I do know. Do I know? He says, yes, I know. It's him, people. Why does he do such things? So number 2. How did I handle this? I just caused a catastrophe. Oh no, this is going to be expensive. I'm going to need a new air conditioning, potentially. Oh, I took it all on myself. Oh, I was so distraught. I started SMSing on Friday, Purim, Yom Shishi, my landlord. I'm so sorry. I broke the air conditioner. I'm so sorry. I got very aggressive trying to clean it because it was blowing soot. I was so upset. I'm so sorry. Of course, I will pay for it. Please help me get it fixed. I will pay for it. I am so sorry for the aggravation. Apology. contrite, teshuva. Oh, Hashem, I'm so sorry. I'm so stupid. Yet, the King of the universe is telling me, Lori, I did the whole thing. You didn't do any of it. And I did not accept that, even after I had the Almighty saying, you're exonerated. You didn't do any of this. This is for your next podcast. For, all 18 people to click on and get bored and not listen till the end. That was my little add-on. He said, no, Lori, you're Moshiach. This is happening. Okay. But in the meantime, I'm just little me, and I broke the air conditioning, and it's my fault. But how would you handle it? Wow, that's a lot of money. A lot of people, he says, maybe not you. I hope it's not you. I don't want to talk to you if you would do such a thing, would make it the landlord's fault. Somehow, it just broke. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything. No one was here. No one could see. They would lie. Do people lie to get out of trouble? Of course they do. I hope you're not one of them. Please tell me you're not one of them. But this is the time to face up to it. If you're one of them, you better face up to it because you're accountable. So a lot of people would push it onto their landlord, or at least make their landlord culpable. Half. I'll pay for half just because I'm a nice tenant, even though they know the feather duster was in my hand. I could blame Hashem, but nobody would believe me. He's laughing. You would believe me. But how would you handle the Almighty telling you you're not at fault at all? Well, that's a relief. I didn't go there. I don't go there. I don't look to be exonerated. Do you look to be exonerated? He just said, of course you do. Do you look to take the blame onto yourself? You might say yes, but no, sadly you don't. Sometimes if you're caught red-handed, if your landlord walked in and you were doing this, and you were caught with a feather duster, you would feel guilty. I took the guilt right away. I'm sorry. I'll pay for it. Good, good, good. But let's go further. Let's change the example to the other example that I said you fell off the ladder because you were clumsy. And you broke a bone or two or three, and now you're disabled and you can't work. You're going to fall into a depression? Who put the ladder there? Who made you stumble off the ladder? Did you do that by yourself? Hashem just said no. There's nothing that happens to you or me or anyone in the physical world that he's not involved. Are you aware of this? Or do you just read the books and yeah, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem? He's really involved. He's that involved. Lori, go get the feather duster. John, time to go clean the roof. Go get the ladder. Do you see what I mean? So maybe you fall into a depression. Oh, I'm half the man I used to be. I'm on disability. Oh, woe is me. It's my mother's fault. It's always our fault, right, girls? Mom's always at fault. But no, if you really soul search, okay, it's not my fault. But what does your spouse have to say about this? You stupid idiot. Why did you go on the roof? Why couldn't you pick up the phone and call the roofer? Why do you think you can do everything? Wah, 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 wah. Does anybody have a spouse like that? Are you a spouse like that? Did I catch you? Maybe. But let's take it away from the ladder and an average person doing something and causing themselves bodily harm and not really understanding what's behind it and what the meaning is behind it. Because the behind it is Hashem. And the behind it is, this is important. Of course, our physical self is important and the physical world is important. But what we're really here for is a spiritual journey in a physical body and to do things to make this world a better place for our children, for your children, for my children, for each other. So let's change the comparison to October 7th in Israel. Whose fault is it? We need an investigation right now. We need to hold everyone accountable. This should never have happened. Meanwhile, is Hamas accountable? And if you say yes, well, right now, the bombs are flying and we're back at war. And there are still 59 hostages, mostly dead. But somehow, it's Bibi's fault. You want blood. The wife wants the blood of her husband for falling off the ladder because he's a stupid idiot and Bibi's been there too long and we want him out because we're angry at someone. We need to blame someone. Does this sound right? Does this sound familiar to you? It should sound familiar because this is the way all of you are at some point. You want to blame Bibi. You want to blame the right-wing nut job extremists. You want to blame the left-wing retards. I don't know, what is he called? Lunatics, sorry. You have all kinds of names for each other, don't you? Oh, Biden did this. Oh, Biden destroyed that. We're going to fix it. You're not going to fix it this way. Do you realize that it will never get fixed this way? Some of you have a better understanding in any moment as to where to turn the ship. The current government in Israel is in the right direction, at least for this moment. I haven't opened my phone in the past hour. If we go back to the negotiating table and start talking to the rat bastard terrorists and start giving them things and giving them a voice, we'll be turning the ship away from where we're supposed to be heading. All the while, Hashem has his hand on the feather duster. I don't know if you really know this. You study it, rabbis read about it, you expound about it, and you're very impressive with your recall and your knowledge of the Torah and the Talmud and Kabbalah and the Zohar and all of that. But what you're missing is God is real and he's watching you right now. He's watching everyone who clicked on this and skedaddled. He's watching everyone who goes to my website for 2 seconds and says something condescending or derogatory about mommy. Oh, yeah, right, sure. And I can't do anything for you other than continue to hold up this book and let you know how real he is and how much trouble we are all in. So how did I handle this? I handled this catastrophe with the feather duster the same way I handle everything in my life. I do my best in every moment to make every moment better than the one before. I am completely passionate about getting information to whoever will take it and make this world better. Right now, the way you handle a catastrophe is bringing on another catastrophe, and it needs to stop. You need to understand what's behind the feather duster, what's behind your thoughts. Who is making all of these decisions that are destroying everything? Our whole world is crumbling. This world is not livable. And you might think, I had a good day. And I might say to you, well, good. We can make it better. So number 3, the holy significance of the feather duster. A few hours ago, before he told me, Lori, you need to record this today. I didn't want to, by the way. I said, maybe next week. I think I'm going to defy you. And he said, no, you're not. You're doing this today. I said, okay, fine. Is there a significance about feathers in the Torah, Hashem? Really? I said that to him. And if a rabbi hears this right now, says, oh, and you're the Messiah. Yeah, a lot more fun having someone like me than someone like you, rabbis. But we will have a boatload of fun when you learn to listen and laugh along with Lori Michelle. He said, Lori, look up feather in the Torah. So I did. A feather, a spoon, and a candle. We're right before Pesach. Yeah, the anniversary of Hashem waking me up on the 13th of Nisan and saying, start writing this down. And I listened. And so far, there's a few of you who know. And there needs to be billions of you. Oh, millions. There's so much. I don't even give you a pin dot of what I can give you. Anyway, so he reminded me about Passover and how we clear all the chametz, the negativity, the bread out of our homes. And there's a tradition when we're done cleaning. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. I love spring cleaning. Came from Hashem. So I forgot about the tradition of lighting a candle and taking a feather and doing a search. You actually plant 10 pieces of bread around your house and you know where they are. And the funny thing is, sometimes we forget where we put them. Stupid, right? But anyway, you go around the house and use the feather duster to sweep up crumbs of any chametz. And the next day, the next morning, you take it out and you burn it. And all over Israel, we burn chametz. It's really beautiful. I love Pesach, a beautiful holiday. So I don't know. I didn't really go into much depth about it with him. I'm like dusting my computer now. But I'll ask you, what's the parallel that you want to draw right now? Chametz. Okay, I'm cleaning soot out of my air conditioning. You broke my air conditioning, right? And I'm supposed to talk about all of this with everyone on this podcast. and the holy significance of this feather duster cleaning chametz. He just asked me to draw the parallel. Okay, I'll give it a shot, Hashem. We use the feather to get the last bit of chametz and clean up the nastiness and the filth, the negativity. And that's what he wants. That's why he used this symbolically to destroy my air conditioner and have me draw parallels. He's saying, yeah, to how the way you are handling your catastrophes is destroying the entire world. He said, that's it. I did it. Okay, good. And when the rabbis are finally on board, they can look up more or actually expound more on the feather duster and Pesach and bring up stories, right? And some of you do that for me, actually. Thank you. One of you sent a video. And in the video, it says that Bina, which he says I am, is mom, and Chachma, which Hashem says is the king. And he said this years ago, and it's in here, Bina and Chachma, and together we're the crown, Keter. Mom and dad to the rescue. So I'll end with a question for you. We're at war. What are you doing? We're at war. Are you aware? I see that some of you from Israel are actually clicking on my videos, my podcasts. What are you doing? Are you protesting? Or maybe you're pro-Bibi, like me. I'm pro-Bibi. But you know, Bibi's not perfect either. Bibi needs to get a feather duster. Ben Gvir, I voted for them. And if there was an election tomorrow, I'd vote for them again. But in Israel, there are protests all over. Not just the left-wing liberals. They're not the only ones protesting. The Haredim are protesting. They don't want to be drafted into the army. Oy, oily. Oh my. What are you doing? So what you must do is not what you're doing. Do you want to know what you must do to make this better? He said, not yet. Some of you. It's not bad enough yet. We have to wait for a nuclear holocaust, a nuclear bomb to be lobbed before maybe you'll listen. I don't really know what it is that's going to prompt you to finally go online and buy this book. This book, I'm not asking you to buy it for my good. I wrote it and delivered it to you for your good. If you want world peace and world redemption, this book is required reading and is a synopsis of what is wrong right now and why we're at war and why we will never, ever end October 7th, the Holocaust. We will never end these catastrophes this way. We'll never do it. It will never happen. Trump can't fix it this way. And I voted for him too, by the way. I like him. He's getting things wrong too. So how do you make it better? You make it better by cleaning out and removing what's wrong. And you're not doing that. If you want to make it better and you want peace in Israel, and peace in Israel is required first before there can ever be peace in the whole world, you'll listen to Mommy and read this book cover to cover and contact me. I hope you will. I want it for you. This is a torture test for me, but guess what? You're tortured also. How many times have you faced catastrophe and been blamed for it or blamed someone else? It's time to come together and stop playing that game and clean it up. Mommy's here to help you clean it up. I'm not going to make you do it all by yourself. He said, that's correct. God bless you. I hope you listen to the end. God bless you.